All right, so happy to have you all here. My name is Vincent Allen. I'm the producer for Galactic Kiwi. My programmers is Ryan Garpin and Julia Pickett, which are Julia, Ryan. My artists are Valerie Bowling and Katie Arnold, which is right here. So the game we made is called Recluse, and essentially you were turned into a spider by a demon. Now you must pay back the demon 6,666 gold in order to be turned back, as shown in the tutorial scene that we have right here. The tutorial scene essentially kind of gives you a little bit of an objective, as seen under the portrait, and it'll also kind of tell you how to play, some of your controls, and etc. So I'm going to let the game play a little bit and let you see how the game plays and so all that detailing. So we'll pause the game, increase the volume, and I'll explain a little bit. So you have around like three different attacker types. You have the basic slash. You also have a charge attack, and you have a snare ability, which the snare ability kind of acts as two different abilities. So when you use your snare ability, it just shoots a spider web. And that can be used as a grappling hook, or you can use it to snare your enemies, which will kind of freeze them in their place for a little bit. And as you can see by the sprite, they have a spider web all of them, so then they can't move. We also have three different basic enemy types, and I will have Ryan explain that.
So, as you've already seen, we have three different enemy types. The first is the knight, one in the armor, which just follows the player along the ground, tries to run into them. The archer, which will try to position itself somewhere where it can hit the player and shoot arrows at them. And the thief, the one in brown, which will jump at the player and climb walls to get to them. They all use a form of A-star pathfinding to find their way around the level and get to the player. Back to you, Vincent.
Alright, something I did forget to explain earlier in the layer scene is you may have seen the gold at the bottom, which had a number by it and a gold icon. Essentially what that is that acts as your health and as the amount of gold that you have to collect from adventurers. And also that a lot of the gold, or all the gold that you'll be collecting, is from adventurers that wander into your dungeon, which you will kill them, and they drop gold, which you collect. You can use gold to purchase upgrades. And there are 4 different upgrades. You have area of effect, which allows or increases your range. You have damage, which increases damage. You have defense, which decreases the amount of gold that is taken when an enemy hits you. And you have snare, which just increases the length that an enemy can be snared. Your end of day screen also shows the amount of enemies you've killed, or amount of enemies you killed for each type, and it tells you how much gold you have. We also used cheats earlier to kind of allow us to max upgrade ourselves, and we're also going to speed up through the different days, because there are 7 days total, as the objective showed in the tutorial, that you must collect 6,666 gold in 7 days. So we'll speed to the end of that and show you the boss fight we have.
So this is our boss fight. Basically, the boss will randomly run through 4 different attack types and try to kill the player. And the player has to complete the health bar seen above to defeat them. This attack is an enemy summoning attack, where the boss will open portals at random parts of the room and summon enemies to attack the player. In this attack, the boss will appear at 3 different points at the top of the room and fire fireballs at the player before disappearing again. This attack has the boss just charging at the player trying to run into them, and that last attack it will run across both sides of the room and fireballs in quick succession, horizontally. So you can see we've beaten the boss now, and we'll get to the end of the game. Back to you, Vincent.
So this is the end of the game, and I think it's pretty self-explanatory what's happening here, and I'll let you see what's going on.